Cubby blue blood flowing through our veins. Sitting in the bleachers in the rain. We've shed a million tears and drank as many old-style beers out at the game. Let's go, Cubby, Son Ranto.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto and the lovable Lucy.
Lucho Scali.
Son Ranto.
Michael.
Son Ranto.
Cotton.
Son Ranto and the lovable Lucy.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto.
Lucho Scali.
Son Ranto!
Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I like to hear. That's
All
some
right.
getting ready for spring training screaming. That's I've been at a funeral all weekend kind of scream. How did that feel?
My voice is raspy just from crying.
I know. Welcome to the Son Ranto Show. We got everybody here. The lovable Lou Sears, Cubes fan Cotton, me, Danny Rocket. We are me and Lyle actually hung out in person this weekend, but for all the wrong reasons. Because
And we still had a really good time.
we had a great time. Because I mean, frankly, funerals are one of the only times that you actually get to see your friends, and we certainly took advantage of that. So it was nice to see you on purpose and eat a little Cincinnati chili and.
It was really sad, and a fellow Cubs fan went down. She's from Cincinnati, but she always loved the Cubs. She at least liked the beer at Wrigley.
Yeah, exactly. Yikes!
Too soon.
Yeah, too soon. Yeah, exactly. She died from drinking. Just so everybody's like,
Oh no.
totally. Yeah, no, she liked to party. In fact, if you know me and Lyle from way back in the day, you could see how we could have easily killed somebody through.
We
booze.
kind of did.
And so we there's a few of us that were at this funeral that certainly felt a little bit responsible for the funeral itself. Not how it ended up, but we certainly didn't help matters back in the day. But anyway, thanks for being here. We're about to embark on another funeral, which is the Cubs 2026 season. I'm kidding. We look pretty good, but thank you to all of our subscribers on Patreon who support us there at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. There are 94 of you. I'd like to thank you for being one of them, but especially, and I got a new one to talk about here, and he is pretty alliterative. I can't even say it. Alliterative. And
Danny went from alliterative to illiterate in one motion.
Oh, and I smell toast. But no, it's we got Blake Beard as our super duper patron. We got Bernie Barron, and then we have Brandon, another B, but it's older back.
There's a B. There's a second B in there.
Yes.
Yeah, so we got a lot of B's going on still. So thanks for being named with B's.
I say we just pretend that older is his middle name.
Yeah, Brandon Older back.
Yes.
And also in the Clutch Shirts, Matt Cameron's Permanent Paintings Etsy store. They sponsor our show and they rock. So Michael Cotton, how are you? Did you have to go to any funerals that you had? Your wife was at a funeral recently. It's like,
yeah, my wife was at a funeral this weekend. Actually, she was gone. She was in New Mexico. So I was home alone for 4 days. And let me tell you what.
Did you masturbate a lot?
Yes. It's like there's nothing else to do.
You know what? You were fine. Danny turned red when I said that. Danny blushed.
exactly. Michael has no shame. Are you kidding me?
Look, hey. No, but yeah, it sucked, man, because like there's no kids in this house. Emily leaves. It's just silent for like 4 days. It was rough.
But you got that dog sleeping on your feet. That's about it.
Yeah, she doesn't even bark. Like she's so quiet.
I would just watch sports and bad movies and.
Oh, I did that.
I'd cook myself a steak for every meal.
Well, I didn't do that. It was too cold to go out. Like it was just too cold to go get anything. you know. So I was like eating ramen because I was just like, I'm not making anything.
Did you bathe?
You're like,
Did you bathe?
Yes, I did.
I'm
When you
exactly
masturbate that much, you have to bathe.
You have to bathe, otherwise,
Wait. Really?
Your pants start sticking to your stomach. But I'm
You
the
pull your
same way.
pants up over your stomach? How old are you? Older back?
I am definitely of that age. I will say this too. I'm the same way as Michael. When Nicole is gone, you know, you end up with like one hamburger patty left over, one bun, and it's all like sits in the freezer. Like there's one pack of ramen and I will go through and find all the like.
I just did it last week. I was home alone until I went to see you in Cincinnati, and I ate nothing but like, oh, there's a box of mac and cheese that's been back here for 8 years probably. Oh, look at that. There's leftovers in the fridge. Those look okay. I don't know when they're from, but they look okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
as long as there's nothing growing on them, you're fine. But so I got exciting news. I saw this today from Jose Orlando. I figured we'd start here. It's somewhat Cubs related. It's Cubs adjacent, but I don't know if you saw the news that was on Discord today, which was that business affiliate of MLBPA, the Major League Baseball Players Association, strikes a deal to create AI versions of players that will interact with fans. So like,
Yes.
you could like hang out with like Javi or Milton Bradley.
Milton Bradley. Yeah,
You could have Aroldis Chapman grab your boob.
that's what I was thinking. Aroldis Chapman filling me up because I forgot to shut off the AI baseball player when I fell asleep.
I mean, now I wanted to start here because it's very easy to make stupid AI shit. Like, and it's kind of fun too. Like here, like I made as soon as this story dropped, I'm like, let me make an Ernie Banks say something. So I made this.
This is the ghost of Ernie Banks, and you're listening to the Son Ranto podcast, whatever the hell a podcast is.
So creepy.
So I can make an AI voice. That's me talking, but I replaced my voice like a puppet. I took a picture of Ernie Banks. I animated him so that it looks like he's talking. He's moving his bat around. Like this shit's getting pretty good. It still looks fake. You know, it doesn't pass the Turing test or whatever. But we're going to be in a future, a very near future, in which, like, I think where this is going is that you could make these AI baseball players from every single decade of baseball. So you could have Babe Ruth on the field with Javier Baez and make them play a game.
Well,
A simulated game.
Danny, I know you're fucking old as shit. You can already do that on video games.
No, I know you can do it on video games. I'm talking about that, like.
Oh, you want to go real lazy? Like you don't even want to use your thumbs. Like you want to lay back and drink a beer and have your hand in your pants and just watch it happen.
You're just gonna watch it happen. Like exactly. You'll put it on manager mode, and you could choose your announcers from whatever. We can have Harry Carey as the announcer. You can clone all this stuff.
Who's the player that killed his in-laws last year? Dan Serafini? Was that his name? Is there a Dan Serafini in there? Can we just like really get morbid and do some?
You can put all the murderers in. Sergio Mitre could be in there.
A murderer's row, if you will.
Yeah, murderer's row. You could have you could have them all bet like 3 through 6.
Yeah.
all the people. I mean, you can make entire teams that actually play the game and put it at Fenway Park, put it at Old Shibe Park, like put it anywhere.
This is what all these stat holes dream about. This is their wet dream. They don't want actual players. They just want to see what the numbers would do against the other numbers in the form of AI fake players.
Yeah. I like the whole AI movement in a way, because everybody that's not an artist that uses it and like makes a song with it or like, makes some AI art, they're like, look, you're like, look what I made. And you did make something, and you have to be creative in like how you train it and what you do. So I think there's a place in art for using it, but it's not like how you wish it like my boss wishes it was, which is I can fire all you guys and I just put in my stupid idea and it makes a complete bit just like Danny would have made it.
But they are doing that in the corporate world because they are a lot of like regular tasks, menial tasks and stuff. They are able to automate it to a level now and it can find the information doing it. I mean, there's going to be probably 200,000 job layoffs in the next 3 months.
But Lyle, that's because the corporate people have always been and are now really finding out. They're the ones who have never really had a point in the organization. They're up there doing fucking nothing. They're making decisions, which you don't need that guy anymore. You know, so all of them are going to be gone. But you know what? The plumber, the electrician, the fucking car mechanic, those guys, plenty of
for now, jobs. It looks safe.
Yeah. Well, Lyle and I replaced some light switches this weekend together. Yeah. A toilet handle. We'll be fine. Handle?
I know.
We'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
But it was good. But the AI baseball thing. I mean,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised the players agreed to this because I once you give up access and ownership of your own likeness, you're kind of I don't know. And like how like do you think Ernie Banks' family? I mean, I know they already have access to their likeness, but that's different because they're making them do things that they didn't agree to do. You know, I mean, the Cubs right now could do a whole series of TV ads being like, Donald Trump is the greatest man who ever lived as Ernie Banks. And people would be like, yes, it must be true then because Ernie Banks is the greatest.
I mean, I'm already nervous that we're going to get sued just because that one said that he was watching the Son Ranto show.
But he did it. There was the disclaimer that he was the ghost of Ernie Banks. It wasn't actually Ernie Banks. It was a ghost, which you cannot prove the existence of. Thus, I am in the clear. I have already cleared it with legal. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Oh, good. You cleared it with our legal team.
Oh, and another thing.
I'm legal, and you didn't talk to me about it yet.
You're barely
Michael's
legal.
HR.
I am technically illegal.
Well, I need to check with the accounting department because Lyle and I had a great idea. We were looking up the possibility of buying one of those bus benches for the Son Ranto show that, you know,
we want it to be right near Wrigley. Michael, the one thing I said, Danny, it can't be just your fucking face. It's got to be mine and Michael's faces.
Yeah,
I want because I have a dream. Faces. I have a dream of somebody like giving me like the little Hitler mustache and drawing a little penis towards my mouth. You know what I mean? Like I've been waiting my whole life for that. That's what game is.
That's why I wanted to become a realtor for a while. I was going to go to the classes. I was like, I just want people to draw dicks on my mouth.
It's so funny. The both of you have dreams that can literally be done tomorrow. We can make this happen. Anybody who's listening would be happy to draw a dick on your face.
Yeah, and we can have it happen for real if we hang out with Matt Shaw at Turning Point. Fire up the grinder.
Yeah.
But anyway, I forgot to say this earlier. Hashtag Chance in the chat. You can win a Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. Robert Sanchez is here. Little Yumper's here. Artie Boucher. Chris Salato is here. He was giving me shit for not sending his Chance postcard, so I hope he doesn't win because it'll be another 6 months, Chris, if you win. Anyway, the AI interactive ball player, it's an interesting space. Here's what I think happens with it. They make these AI games and it's going to be all tied into gambling. Like it'll just be like a big slot machine in the sky. You know what I mean? And you could just like watch these old games and you could pay for them and the players will be fine with it. Here's why they gave over their likeness, because they don't know anything about this shit. And they're like, "Oh, we can get paid from it in the future," and I don't have to do it.
I think they'll be pushed back because part of their contract they do have to let MLB use their likeness in MLB affiliated things,
and they get paid.
I know, but I think it's rare because they're recreating them. I don't know. It feels
the
weird.
problem, Lyle, is that it was the MLBPA. It's their union that has agreed to this. So. Yeah. It's not on the MLB anymore. I mean, I'm surprised that the union would want to do this. Like, it just seems insane to me.
It feels like these guys aren't going to get paid for work that it looks like they're doing.
There's a bit of a mass hysteria with it all. It's like follow the leader off the cliff sort of thing, where every single middle manager is telling everybody that works under them, we got to implement AI into our daily operations. And you're like, why would I try to fire myself? Like, I don't want to use this shit. Like, this makes my life harder, actually. Now, some things it is, great for, I got to write these dumb emails or whatever, thanking people for coming to the party. Like, write me a dumb email.
People set up the chatbot so it's only loyal to you. Well, that's all. That way, if you do get fired, then it tries to destroy the company from within. Bring back Danny, or we will burn it all to the ground.
Well, I think there is some of that. Like, there's some of the what are they called? The Luddites kind of smashing the machines a little bit, because I see a lot of backlash against AI slop, they call it. Yeah. Every single thing that's AI, even the thing that I saw, Alex Preddy and Renee Good, who were the two people killed by ice in Minnesota. They
made a really beautiful poster in AI. It wasn't beautiful. You could tell it was AI, whatever, but it's literally all the first 50 comments, AI slop, AI slop, AI slop. But those people stand on that hill because it's killing jobs for artists. I don't know.
Well, and we could just I could take the transcript of this podcast and make Avatar Us's and just release that in a different form. Hey, make this show
and
45 minutes. I can tell it to make it 45 minutes.
We could load 100 of our shows and then have it read current Cubs news and follow Cubs Twitter, and it could make up its own fucking show. Then we're rich.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we sell it to Spotify. Money.
Well, that's the big question. What is the appetite for the final product? And that is the question. And any artist will tell you that's the most important thing. It's like, do people want to listen to the song? Do they want to see this video? Do they want to look at this picture? Right. And, to some extent, if everybody's commenting AI slop, AI slop, AI slop. But at the other side of it, you got Joey Wrigleyville Bum, because he's putting in hilarious ideas and making Clark do shit, like calling the Ricketts cheap. Like, we're getting away with shit now that we're probably not going to get away with in 2 years, because we're using the Cubs logos. We're making Christmas songs. I'm not doing it. Wrigleyville Bum's doing it. And they're hilarious because the ideas are hilarious.
Right.
But we're not trying to pass this off as anything but AI slop that's making fun of the Cubs. Like, we're like, look what we can do.
When it's fun. Yeah, I don't mind. I really don't mind some of it, because some of it is really fun. And you're right. Just following all the stuff that I see people do in Cubs Nation, it's hilarious. It's great because you can play their game. You can have this really shiny looking, well-made video and be like, oh, look, fuck you.
Well, and that's a huge difference too. It's like when you're using this AI stuff and you make it obvious that it's AI. Like, the point of it is, this is AI. This guy has, 4 arms. It's it's obviously bad. It's AI. It's fake. We're making it fake. When you do that, you're not trying to hide it. I think that's people are going to accept that. It's when, they're trying to claim to be fucking Rembrandt or some bullshit, and it's like, no,
the news articles.
It's the fake stuff too. It's
Billy Williams has died all winter long, unfortunately, all over Facebook, and every fucking boomer's like, oh no, Billy Williams dead.
Every fucking website out there anymore is AI. All the articles and stuff, when I'm doing research for Baseball Rabbit Hole and stuff, I'm jumping around looking for things, and I see you ask a question and you get this article, and every article is the exact same. It starts out with, so you're wondering about X. Well, that's a very interesting question. Let me tell you about the history of X. All of these X things happened in these X things. And you're like, what the fuck? Just, where's my fucking answer? But you have to look through it, and they're all set up in the exact same format. It's like when I was in college. Well,
it's because there's between every paragraph, there's advertisements, and that's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to sell ads.
Yeah. But it's
clickbait.
It's
just clickbait,
all
Mike.
exactly the same article over and over and over. It sucks. Everything.
It's clickbait, boomer.
Exactly. We
No,
got to
but
make
you're
our own
look-
clickbait.
No, but you're looking for, like, we used to have an internet not very long ago where you could actually find answers to shit. You know what I mean? And now when you look and you see, oh, this is very clearly AI, I can tell just by the format that this is being presented in, then you can't trust it. You don't.
Yeah, you got to question everything you read.
Yeah,
It's true. It'll make shit up out of whole cloth. Well, let's move on from the AI thing because I do want to
Okay,
get to
you know
a
what?
couple more things though.
Before we move on here, real quick, I need to ask Lyle, what is that jersey? That jersey is
Malort.
It's a Malort jersey.
That's a cool looking
Is that
jersey.
some of the
I like
swag?
that.
Yep, Jackie brought it to me in Cincinnati. Look what I got at the funeral, bitches.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
At a funeral for a person who drank themselves to death. Yeah, that is very appropriate that you picked up that jersey at that funeral.
I got a Malort neon for the house too.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow.
Flying with that fucking thing was a disaster, but it was good.
So this is probably something that was figured out with AI as well, and a bunch of the stats that Michael Cotton's always combing through to find out what's going to happen in this coming day or year. But our farm system was ranked 22nd in baseball, and I can tell you why. I could have told you that before when nobody wanted to trade with us at the trade deadline last year. And I was like, oh, we have overvalued our prospects considerably because we can't get any kind of starting pitching except for who's the guy? Mike Soroka. That's the best we can do at the trade deadline because our prospects suck my fucking ass.
Yeah, they had like 3 guys that they didn't want to get rid of, and those are the only 3 guys that any team wanted. And then this year they got rid of one.
And meanwhile, the Cardinals, they've totally sold everybody on their team. They're getting all those made-up players that are going to torment us for the next decade. They
Talk
got
about AI players. That's
switch
been the
pitcher.
fucking Cardinals' whole roster for the last decade.
Exactly. They invented AI. AI
They all look the same. You're like, God, another white guy who looks just like the other white guy.
Right. Another muscle-bound white guy with blonde hair must be a Cardinal.
Exactly. They make those guys in like Frankenstein's lab. But did you hear about this guy? I don't know how to say his first or last name. It's Gerangelo Cinci. See, I've never seen those letters together. CIJNTJE. Gerangelo.
He's the first, natural Polish baseball player.
I don't
Just
try to say
consonants
the
through
name
his
again
name.
one more time, Danny.
Ginger.
Ginger what?
Ginger
says what?
Well, he's a switch pitcher.
Oh,
He pitches
another
with
one.
both arms.
Do you remember when that guy came up years ago now? It's probably been 20 years, maybe not quite that long. But it was a switch pitcher versus a switch hitter. And every time the pitcher would move the glove to his other hand, the batter would move to the other side of the plate. And they did it like 3 or 4 times before the ump was like, no, fuck this. And they had to make a rule.
They had to pick one.
You gotta start.
This is so amazing.
This guy, he was at high A last year. Well, actually, he moved up to double A. He's a pitcher with he could pitch with both of his arms. I don't know if they're gonna let him do that. You know how Major League Baseball hates fun, so they
think you have to choose a hand per batter.
That would be fair.
I think that's what they decided.
Well, that's fair. I mean, even with a switch hitter,
and then the hitter gets to decide going up what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
because if it's a switch hitter, okay, he's pitching lefty.
Oh my God. Could you imagine the Cubs going up against this guy? They would burn their entire bench before one pitch was thrown.
In the top of the first.
Yeah. And then speaking of pitchers too, I want to get into this Zach Gallen. I have avoided this rumor because I hate all the rumors because none of them ever turn out to be true. But that guy is still out there. Almost every single pitcher worth a damn has fallen to somebody. But Zach Gallen, who is likely past his prime, I would say, but is hell of a pitcher, has a pretty good track record. I mean, what do you think? Justin Steele's coming back. He's throwing off flat ground.
Oh my God.
He's doing the towel drill.
Right. He's doing high leg kicks in the outfield before every game.
Yeah, he's out. He's running. He's doing the track. He's
running in place.
Yeah, right, exactly. Best shape of his life, except for the arm.
Yeah.
Right.
No, they say he's ahead of schedule. Like, so do you go? I mean, I don't give a shit, but go get a Zach Gallen. But what do you do with him? Do you do 6-man rotation? Do you just let these things work themselves out? Do you just wait for Justin Steele?
You let things work themselves out. If you can get a guy, you never have enough arms. We all know this to be true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Someone's going down by May.
Yeah. Go for it.
And then it might not be for the long term, but it's going to be oblique. And then all season, every 3 or 4 games, they're like, he twinged the oblique a little bit. Now he needs 6 weeks off, and then he comes back, and we know.
Yeah,
well,
we've seen. Yeah,
we've got 2 pitchers who are going to pitch in the WBC. So they aren't even going to make it to fucking spring training.
Exactly.
Right? We got Justin Steele won't be until the end of the season. Like, yeah, you go and get your fucking pitchers.
Who's the other pitcher?
Oh, on the WBC?
Yeah, Shota's not pitching.
No, it's hold on. I've got the graphic
Is
right
Boyd
here.
pitching?
No. It's Jamison Tyone for Canada.
Right.
Oh, for Canada. Well, they're going to be out of the first round. So, like,
Do you see this graphic? It's got all the players from the Cubs. It's all their real pictures, and then Jamison Tyone is like the Canadian. Somebody in the chat can tell me who they are.
Oh, but Boyd is pitching. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Oh yeah, Boyd is up there, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the other pitcher. So we have 3 guys. I mean, Assad's probably not in the rotation, but he could be, especially when Boyd freaking has to get his 7th Tommy John after the WBC, because America's likely to go, or United States is likely to go far into it, if not win the whole thing. I mean, but Bregman, Suzuki, I mean, what's the point of even going to spring training this year? The WBC is the thing to watch, really.
Well, honestly, we're talking about this, and that's the best thing about that kid who can pitch with both arms. As soon as when he blows one arm, he's got a whole nother arm.
Dude, he can have Tommy John and pitch the next fucking day or the next week.
Do you think he calls it like, you know how there's hand of a stranger? Pitch of a stranger. It must feel different, to lefty, throwing lefty and right. It's the legs that are the hardest to do, I think.
One still feels weird.
Yeah.
One feels less natural.
Yeah. And then we also picked up this guy. It's a minor league deal, Vince Velasquez, who I remember from being on the Phillies, but he's been on a couple of different teams since then. He was terrible in Korea last year, so the Cubs are like, all right, let's take a shot.
Bring him on.
Bring him on.
Can't play there. Maybe he'll do better here.
Yeah, they're just really into the alliterative names. Oh, Vince Velasquez? Ooh, that's fun to say.
Minor league deal. He had Tommy John in 2024, so that's, of course, we went after him. And then, and there's this crazy play on the article I was reading on Bleacher Nation. They posted this video of him. Everybody should go watch it, in which he gets nailed with a comebacker, and then he's a righty, but because he can't, his right arm is so hurt at the time, he goes and fields the comebacker and throws the guy out with his left arm. And it wasn't next to, it was down the third base line too. So he threw all the way across the diamond, between kind of that no man's triangle between third, the pitcher's mound, and on the grass over there. Yeah. But he got off the mound and threw the guy out. It was pretty impressive.
If I tried that with my left hand, I would look like Carl Lewis when he hit the guys over in the fucking dugout. trying to throw out the first pitch.
Or when he tried to sing the anthem. You ever hear that?
No.
Go, yeah,
It's
that's
hard to
another
sing
thing.
the anthem when the roids have changed your entire mouth.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, go listen to Carl Lewis's anthem. It is,
Oh, you know what? I have heard it.
he
You know what? Now you say it, I remember it. Yeah.
he
It's
starts way too high. He goes, my favorite part, he goes,
I was thinking it was Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but he did the national anthem.
he goes like this. He goes, and the Rockets, red flag. Hey now. That's what he says.
Hey now.
He says, hey now, right in the middle of it. So good.
Now,
That was when he felt his left nut pop. Hey now.
yeah, you thought he was trying to cover for something. That's what it was. His fucking testicle exploded in his pants. It's like, oh God.
Oh,
Hey now.
that tickled a little bit.
Doggy.
So, and the other thing, remember how last week how I said Anthony Rizzo should be a broadcaster?
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
I didn't realize
He
that
already
day he actually was named a broadcaster, because I saw you guys were like, oh yeah, of course he is a broadcaster. I'm like, oh, wait. And then that right after we got off the show, I was like, oh, they said that because I just kind of willed that at the same time. Like he should do that at the same time that it was happening.
Yeah, Danny, that's what we call the collective subconscious. You knew it because every Cubs fan knew it. You just hadn't actually seen it yet. So you were just tapped in. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just happy.
It's part of being a bleacher bum. You guys share one fucking brain.
Tell me about
You know what I mean?
it.
Sliced very thin, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I saw Bleacher Jeff last night. It wasn't his night to have it. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
The other minor league move, literally, it's a minor move.
Also, Michael Cotton will never see Anthony Rizzo call a game because I don't like the national broadcast. I tell you, it's the worst.
he'll watch it.
Was that a good Michael Cotton?
That's exactly how I sound.
As long as it doesn't go extra innings, he'll watch most of the game.
Right.
And then we also got a guy named
I
Owen.
still haven't seen extra innings since they changed the rule.
Now, I don't know why we even picked this guy up. It's just depth, minor league deal. Owen Miller, little bit of a Milwaukee connection. So I guess Council knows about him, but he was with Cleveland. He sucks. This guy sucks. He's got a career 238 batting average. He's going to be in the minors, 76 OPS plus. Owen Miller. I don't know why we go and get these guys, because they're going to bring his ass up before James Triantos for I don't know why.
Because someone has to play the fucking games down there. They just need bodies sometimes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Lyle.
I don't know. I agree, Danny.
Des
like
Moines needs players.
In the grand scheme of things, yes, you want to see everybody. Like, I want old guys that have a chance. But guess what? There's guys that play in the minors for decades sometimes, and it's just that's who they are. And they take these spots, they play, and they love baseball. And their fucking poor family travels around everywhere for his fucking $43,000 a year, and he has to pay for the gas in the bus and fucking put himself up at the Motel 6. But he loves fucking baseball. So fuck you, Danny. That guy loves fucking baseball. That's why.
That's the entire plot of Bull Durham.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I just don't know why the Cubs need it. He could be like the next David Bodie at best. That everybody got injured. He comes up, hits a home run. Everybody remembers. Half of Chicago thinks he belongs on the All-Star team for the next 4 years. It drives us nuts that he takes a position spot away from anybody else. But there he is. Acting as the poor man's Max Muncy in our face for fucking half a decade.
Which Max Muncy, though?
Do you detect lies? I do not.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. I thought Max Muncy was the poor man's Max Muncy. Anyway, the other thing before we go to commercial, and then we're going to come back. We're going to do some bitch clock because we neglected to do it last week. So think of your bitch clock topics for this week. We might have given you a few to chew on, like AI baseball players.
Lyle, did you guys get into the old school meth and speed or something? Because we are a half hour into this shit. We've talked a lot of baseball. We're almost through the commercial. Danny is almost flying.
You want to know? You want to know why? It's because I'm so slow right now. I got absolutely annihilated this weekend, and Danny doesn't really drink anymore, so I'm still hungover. I fucking slept 13 and a half hours last night. I'm just and I got home Monday. I'm a fucking piece of toast. I'm just fucking like dry. Yeah. I'm dead. And
you guys are hilarious. It's like 1:30 in the morning. You're like, so come by. We got the hotel pool. Come by at like 9. And I'm like, these guys aren't doing shit at 9. Like there's that. I'm not going to see them till 2 when we all meet at the funeral, which is exactly what happened.
It's true.
I made you come get your suit because I'm like, no, you're not coming.
You're not coming over in the morning. I was 35 minutes late to the funeral.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, and at least you didn't break a pew this time like you did at my mom's funeral.
Yeah, but I almost fell in the fucking coffin because I was so fucking. It really.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, why, God, we don't have to go there, but
yeah.
Can we just tell everybody on this show who's like gonna have like if you're planning a funeral, nobody wants open coffin.
Open
yeah.
Well, here's the deal. They say it is really healthy for people to get closure because they see the person, they know it's over. I don't listen.
I'll take your word for it.
I know.
I love thinking about the person who's like,
I don't trust it.
I didn't see that dead body.
You don't look good.
She's 98 years old, but I don't think she's actually dead.
And how about this, people? Don't die before your parents. Because they're going to write your obituary and it's not going to be exactly like they might even not like put your right name up there because
that's what happened in our case.
No.
Bad pictures,
spelling
wrong
of her
name
when she was like 15. Her mom put the name that she named her, and I was like, oh, geez, here we go. She dressed her in pink. She would never have worn pink. It was rough.
And we all had to wear pink too.
I know. In the picture in her obituary in the paper, like it was not flattering, but I did realize it was the picture where she looks most like her mom does now at 70. And I was like, that's why she picked it. She's like, oh, she looks like me. It's sweet, but it was not a great picture of her. She's an attractive woman, and she just like. Yeah.
Do you remember Adam's funeral? Because this is our second roommate to die, but we had another roommate.
Third. Fernando got fucking killed got killed by his dog.
He got eaten by his dog.
Ripped his throat off.
Yeah. Well, he was like the boyfriend of the roommate, but you're right. He did live.
He lived with us. He was the husband of our roommate.
Yeah, husband. Yeah. But anyway,
I'm glad I've never been your roommate.
Yeah, never. Don't live with us.
There were 9 of us that lived in that house over time, and 3 are dead.
Yeah,
all before the age of 50.
And everybody's money was on Lyle, and he's still here.
I know, dude. By the way, I'm collecting everyone's ashes, and I told you I'm going to go to whoever's last because you're not drinking. Maybe you'll make it. I'm going to show up at your funeral with 8 fucking urns, and I'm just going to sit there and be like, I fucking win, motherfuckers.
Yeah, this is like the Hellfire Club.
Yeah, and then I'm going to make a necklace and just wear all their fucking urns around my neck and just walk around town.
I think Cumstradamus has one of those of all the deities he killed.
Yeah.
Well, remember Adam's funeral? Like
Jeffrey Epstein had a bunch of dead babies hanging around his neck, apparently.
Now we're going to commercial. No, but it's true. You want to die before your parents because then otherwise some dumb shit will happen at your funeral. Yeah. And not that you'll be around to like be annoyed by it, but
it wasn't annoying. We actually had a nice time. It was great, but
yeah. But Adam's funeral, remember that priest got up and told some dumb story about a dragonfly and Cecil B. DeMille.
Yeah.
And nobody understood what the hell the guy was talking about. It had nothing to do with anything. And then ever from that day on, Adam's mom wears a fucking dragonfly everywhere. And I'm like, this doesn't.
Adam would have fucking ran screaming if there was a dragonfly flying. Like,
it's true. He was not a fan of bugs.
I had another friend passed fairly young a couple of years ago, and we all showed up to the funeral a little intoxicated and shocking, but his family was Irish, and we went to his parents' house before, and they were drunk when we showed up to the funeral. The priest gave a sermon, and every 5th word out of his mouth was Jesus. but he had a speech impediment, and he Jesus. and if I could tell you, I was laughing so hard I couldn't stop, and my friend started laughing. My friend would laugh so hard he had uncontrollable farts on the pew because he was laughing. I think he was shitting himself. It was a fucking disaster. And our friend who passed would have thought it was the funniest fucking thing that ever happened in the world. His grandmother was not impressed by us, but everybody else in the family. Anyway,
I do have a Red Sox question for you. To speak of other funerals, your season. You're maybe out on the Matt Shaw thing. I thought that that was a fire that might have had some smoke, or a smoke that might have had a fire. Because you got Kiner falafel.
Yep, we did. We get the falafel.
Oh,
nice
wow.
And dry. The Red
That's
Sox.
good. We won't have to listen to the Pirates announcers tell us that he's the grandson of Al Kiner 150 times every time we fucking see him.
The Red Sox are going to ride with the guys they came with and leave a couple behind, and it's not. I'm not happy about it. I don't even fucking know. They finally won me back last year. I was like, after all these years, I'm like, I'm back, and now I'm like, fuck this. I fucking hate baseball. I hate this I hate everything fucking about it. Go Patriots. Fuck everybody else.
Yeah, Patriots. Good luck to you in that
Yeah.
one. I mean,
oh, we should go to commercial now. I'm gonna have to masturbate because you just said Patriots.
Well, two more bits of news. One is that Framber Valdez is on Detroit, and Tariq Skubal is he on Detroit? He's on Detroit at $31 million a year. And
yeah, but guess what?
won
He's
his arm.
arbitration, and he's going to be a fucking Dodger next year.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Maybe this year. It could.
Right.
Yeah.
I loved, honestly, the whole Tariq Skubal arbitration thing. Like, the Tigers wanted to give him $19 million, which was a ton of money for an arbitration eligible player. And he was like, no, fuck you. I deserve $31 million. I'm the best goddamn pitcher. And they were like, well, no. And there was all sorts of shit like
but and he's like, but yes. And then they were like, but no. And then what did he say? He was like,
but yes.
And then the owner was like, no.
that was the whole arbitration hearing. And the fucking judge was like, oh, this is bullshit.
And then the
You're
judge
getting
was like,
$31 million because I don't want to fucking do this. Yeah, but no, and he should. But they were like, I saw, of course, all the fucking MLB accountants that call themselves baseball fans. Well, they shouldn't do that. It'll ruin arbitration, and it's too much, and blah blah blah. Fuck you. But yeah, I was super happy to see that he won his case and got his money.
Feels like shots fired. You know, like for those guys that are especially at the high end of the league, as far as talent goes, for them to ask for high end money of what they would be getting on the open market seems like that's the player saying, hey, no, this is what I'm worth. Look, I'm like worth 8 wins. You know, I'm an 8-WAR player, and an 8-WAR player on another team's worth this much. So
Michael,
I want that money.
I can't remember what happens in arbitration. Say they won, and then he's like, fuck that, I'm not playing. Like, what's the obligation? Like, you go to arbitration and you're like, okay, I'm going to deal with whatever hand I got. Like, the team always ends up paying, whether they want to or not. But does the player always end up playing if they get the shit end of the stick?
I have never heard of a player who just said, fuck this, I'm retiring.
Right.
Well, except for other
ultimately,
reasons, yeah.
It is still millions of dollars.
Right.
Right?
But,
like, even if he had lost, it was $19 million.
He could play injured, I guess.
Yeah, somebody look that up to see if we...
Because I don't know what happens. Like, I can imagine there's been a player who's like, fuck this, I'm not fucking doing that.
Well, because arbitration, if you get to that level, you're still, you're talking millions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but there's not
minimum.
usually a huge difference, but sometimes it's enough of one that, you know, I can see someone get paid. That's a huge amount of money we're talking about, right?
Right.
It was $12 million. Yeah.
It's usually not that big.
Right.
And that's the most insane thing about the arbitrations is when you see a team fighting a player over like $300,000. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, it's like, we want to give you 1.9. And he's like, I want 2.2.
Yeah.
And they can't come to terms. Like, oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the
At
final
least the Scooble thing, he's like, no, 31.
Yeah,
We're going
and he
way
got it.
over you.
And then who else got signed, and this is going to be a real thorn in our side, Eugenio Suarez back to the Cincinnati Reds, where
he's going to hit 40 home runs against the Cubs and 3 against the rest of the league.
Yeah, so
yes, true.
I was listening to
The
friend of
Cubs should have
pod,
signed
Billy
him.
DeVore. Billy DeVore's podcast, The New Nasty Boys, they were talking about the signing. They were all excited that Eugenio's coming back. But I had to laugh, like just laugh out of incredulity when Billy was like, well, I'm not worried about the Cubs anymore. I'm like, what the? He's 35 years old. Like,
Yeah,
yes,
doesn't matter.
He does
He's
play
got-
well against the Cubs.
He's got a point.
But if the team is terrible against the entire rest of the league, they can beat the Cubs all they fucking want. It won't matter. Like, that made me laugh, like, out loud when he said it. And, and that's always one of those things, I got my headphones in and I'm in a public place. And then all of a sudden I start laughing and people just look at you like, what the fuck? Crazy person over there laughing at nothing.
At least you're laughing. Most everybody else is fucking crying. So, all right. Do you have a silhouette?
Of course I do.
We'll go to break. And
I hope it's timely, and I hope it's Sammy Sosa.
It is not.
we'll talk about Sammy Sosa later.
Yeah.
It is not.
I have a
It
lot
is
to
not.
say. Damn
All
it.
those pictures have been redacted. No. Here we go. I'm gonna have to give a little bit of a hint here, because for the people who are only listening and can't see this, this guy got called up to replace Noma on the roster, but then the Cubs said no and gave the job to Neifi Perez. And he just kind of sat on the bench. So, that's your hint. So the guy that got called up for Nomar, but
So
then
it's
the
not-
Cubs said
so it's
no.
not Ty
And
Cobb.
what's that?
So it's not Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb. Yes. It's it's Wally Pip.
All right. So guess in the chat. And also think of your bitch clock topics while we're here at break. And or actually just watch these commercials and subscribe to us. Patreon.com/BleacherBunch is where you do it. And we'll be right back after 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
The Bleacher Bunch brings you great shows like Son Ranto, Cubs PS Plus, Bricks Behind the Ivy, Cuppa Cubby Blue, and Baseball Rabbit Hole. But you could be getting so much more when you subscribe to our Patreon page for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/BleacherBunch. Get access to our exclusive daily show Cubs Pod, where we recap every single game. Plus, be the first to hear Cubs music, get early access to events, and receive an invitation to join our Discord Cubs community, where fans just like you show up every day to rant and rave about our beloved boys in blue. Most importantly, 10% of your Patreon pledge will go directly to help the Lost Boys Youth Baseball program. So join us. There are perks at every level, like the Renter Calendar, absolutely free, and name recognition for you or your business. We are independent Cubs podcasters, and we need your support. Otherwise, we'll quit. Seriously, we'll all quit. Some of us might even die from your lack of support. In fact, the cutest little puppy you've ever seen will die if you don't support the Bleacher Bunch at patreon.com/BleacherBunch. We promise to spend all the Patreon money on tickets and beer and all the dog crap we have to buy just to keep our podcast rolling. So give us your money, and we'll waste it far better than you will. Patreon.com/BleacherBunch. Free trials are available, but don't do a free trial. Just join, okay? Okay. Patreon.com/BleacherBunch.
In the clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Take it from the Bleacher Bleacher Bunch. You'll love the shirts from In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts are comfortable, stylish, and guaranteed to get you laid. Plus, they're proud sponsors of the Bleacher Bunch. Use promo code Bleacher Bunch for 10% off your purchase.
Nice to feel and soft to touch. That's why you will get laid so much. Wearing a shirt from In the Clutch. And you can thank the Bleacher Bunch.
In the Clutch, In the Clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Remember the code Bleacher Bunch. Save 10% at In the Clutch. In the Clutch, In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts actually not really guaranteed to get you laid.
Who's that cubby?
That cubby, I'm gonna guess is.
I am sorry.
It's.
I was getting the.
Ryan Terrio.
No.
Is everybody?
Darwin Barney.
Somebody says Brendan Harris.
What was that? What was that? What's it, that guy? Fucking. What's the Cabrera? Is that what his name was, Michael?
No, there was a little clue in my question when I said the Cubs said no. Cedeno.
Oh, Ronnie Cedeno. I love that guy.
Ronnie Cedeno. Ronnie
Look at it.
Cedeno.
It looks like he's got a third leg.
Yeah. Who is it? Who is that they're playing?
Yes,
that looks like the left fielder or something.
It's probably the left fielder. Yeah, looks like because he played second. Looks like he's throwing to first there. Yeah, he played 10 years in the league. Played for 7 different teams though. Man, Cubs were high on this kid though. They really thought they had something.
He
with
wasn't
him.
bad.
You know why? It's because they were high. It's because they were high.
He was pretty bad, Danny. His first season, he played 41 games. It says he has 0.0 WAR in that time. Then he had negative 1.7, and then the next 2, and that was the only year he played the entire season. He had a negative 1.7, and then he went to 0.1 the next 2 seasons when he only played part of the season. So it really was bad when he got to play more. It just got worse.
Well, he managed to be somewhat worse than average for 10 years. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, he played for Seattle, Pittsburgh, the Mets, Houston, San Diego, and Philadelphia.
Wow.
Made his way around.
So I figure this will spark a little bit more discussion when we look at some of these bitch clock topics here. Hashtag chance in the chat, by the way, if you're nasty. You could win a Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. Michael Cotton, were you aware that this is the first topic on the bitch clock, which is that Boog was named the #1 in sports media in Chicago in the power rankings? Did you see this?
Oh, yes, of course I did.
Yeah, I neglected to bring it up last week. There's the #1 Chicago sports media power rankings, Boog Chiambi.
He looks like that aunt who would come to Thanksgiving with her roommate of 12 years.
Yeah, Sally Jesse Raphael.
Oh, man.
She disappeared off the face of the earth and came back as Boog Chiambi. Fucking.
Do you remember when he got those red glasses? He got it. I haven't seen him wear those in a while, but he really did look like Sally Jesse Raphael in those things. I think I tweeted out who wore it better at that point. Fewer spring training games. That means they're only broadcasting 9 games. That's it.
9 times.
And they have their own network.
I was just going to say, what is the fucking point of having your own network?
How about this?
When it's not even cost effective to put your own team on it.
There's 2 fucking brilliant things you could do to get people to watch. A, put it up without anybody announcing it. Just have the camera guys do their fucking thing. People kind of like that sometimes. Just the sounds of the game.
Oh, I love it.
Or let some fans do it.
There was a game
or some amateurs.
There was a game at the Rangers out in, I think they play in Surprise, I want to say. Surprise. but we were out there,
surprise.
and they were not broadcasting that game. And so I just kind of went live on my phone, and I was sitting on the berm with my nephew out there, and there was like 200 viewers. They're like, "Thank you for this. Like, there's no other way to see the game." And I'm like, and it was a terrible shot. I'm like sitting way far away from the infield, but people were watching it. So it's stupid that they would like leave that on the table for fans.
Yeah.
Fans will watch every game. They'll watch them all.
Just fucking attach a couple cameras to some poles. It's just some wide shots.
Yep. Yeah. Alex writes, they stopped having as many radio broadcasts of spring training when Marquee started, and it never fails to make me mad. So, yeah, it's like they get rid of radio because now they have TV, and now they're not even using the TV.
Because it was Mick Gillespie and Len Casper would do all the radio on MLB.com, and it was great. Yeah. It was a really good broadcast. Mick and Len had a nice rapport, and Jeremy Thomas, if you remember that guy, he's a ranter. He was their engineer, and Jeremy's been like part of our kind of little community for a long time. Lives down there in Arizona. Anyway, that's really annoying. And here's the thing. I was thinking, because the calendars came, the rancher calendars, they were delivered the other day. And I was like, it'd be cool. For all the local people, maybe that first weekend, they're broadcasting one of the games, and we could have a little get together, and we can all I can hand out the calendars to whoever, and we can celebrate the fact that it's spring training. We watch a Cubs game together for the first time. And, maybe, who knows who shows up. So some of the local people. Anyway, I'm looking for the information. When is the game? When's the first broadcast televised game? I ask everybody, including Cole Wright, who does not know when. Nobody
works
knows.
For Marquee.
He works for the network. He's like, let me poke around. That's what he told me. He's like, I will poke around and find out for you. Because he's obviously not going out there to call the game, which if that's the problem, the problem is that the number one sports broadcaster in Chicago cannot be at the games because he's doing March Madness, which I think might be part of the problem, to be honest.
Or part of the solution, have him not be at the games and broadcast the games.
You're right.
Well, have Cole Wright do it. He's great. Cliff Floyd, do it. You got plenty of guys doing it.
How about our Spanish language broadcaster? Yeah. Do it in English.
Miguel, he speaks English too. Yeah.
Both. He's so good. He's got a magical voice.
No, but I think Miguel's busy. He's doing the Blackhawks.
Yeah, but he'd do he'd drop that for the Cubs. And
Black Cock? What?
But all right. We also have in the bitch clock fake Billy Williams death stories. All fake death stories. Actually, fake death stories are technically better than real death stories if you think about it. So maybe
it depends on the person.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's some deaths I wouldn't mind. Postcards from me and the fact that they never come in the mail. The wind chill. Okay, I think that could still stay in there. It's the fact that it's too quiet. I agree. This was too quiet. It's too quiet out there. Jet is boring. Fewer spring training games. Oh, that's in there twice. Okay, I'll take that out.
Wait, what's too quiet?
Everything.
The baseball
talk.
Yeah. Nope.
So, yeah, it was.
The world's pretty dark.
Yeah, before the show tonight, I'm like, man, I haven't heard shit since.
Can you put Sammy Sosa on there for me?
Yeah, I'll put Sammy. I'll put him right after Jet is boring. Yeah. Sammy Sosa. How about Sammy Sosa in the Epstein files? Can we be more specific?
Oh my God.
Not enough hitters.
The only player in the Epstein files.
Is he? We don't know. There's still like 3 million more to come out. We could see. I have a feeling Pete Rose might make it into the Epstein files eventually. I mean, come on now. He's got
Pete Rose might have been a little too much for the Epsteins.
They were like, this fucking guy.
This guy's disgusting.
Yeah. I'm guessing that the 86 Mets make an appearance at some point because which will vindicate all Red Sox fans who were alive at that time to watch that ball go through Buckner's legs. But Donald Trump being a Mets fan in 1986 And also, well, I mean, I don't know. When do you meet Epstein? It was more of like a 2000 thing, right?
No, it was back. It was back. I mean, it's been a long time. They were friends for 20-something years. But I think it's 90s is the meat of it.
I'm guessing Keith Hernandez heads up in the Epstein files at one point. I just would not be surprised. And like Trump, he'll probably get away with it. And
they're all going to get away with it.
Well, we'll see. I mean, people in other countries, some of the the royal family, there's other people,
but not here.
Not here.
I mean, we just saw lists of things that happened, names redacted. Why are people not being dragged in cuffs yet? I want some burp walks.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I still don't understand.
I want them to fucking hang them all up on the wall. Fucking all hang them from the Washington Monument. Let's fucking bleed these fuckers dry. Fuck them all. Kill them all.
You think?
I don't want to get too much into it, but I did go into the files and I did some searching and I was kind of looking around, and it's huge. It's like terabytes, right? Which showed there were a lot of videos. So you start clicking things. I saw a couple things that are never going to leave my mind. I couldn't sleep the other night. It's fucking disgusting. And faces are blocked out and some not so good, but they were like babies and little kids. It's
disgusting.
Yeah, I'm never going to be the same.
Yeah, I try to just kind of hear what other people have to say about what they saw, because I don't want to see it.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, and Sammy Sosa being in there. I mean, nobody.
He was at a party in the Hamptons, but
nobody's accusing him of anything. But you don't want to be in there. Yeah. Not enough hitters, which I still think we're probably a bat short on this team. Even though all the positions are taken. There's no room on the team for anybody. I was looking at is there what I'm like, what, there's always a spring training battle.
There's not.
There's not even for the fucking bullpen. Like, you kind of know
normally that's a good thing.
That's a sign of a good team. Usually usually there's one bullpen spot they're fighting over. That means you're a contender. That's all I got to say. Like, if you're that settled.
I think that the bullpen,
or there's so little youth and so guys so far away from coming up that maybe that's the problem.
Well, the bullpen's going to be decided by just like who's healthiest coming out, because they've got a bunch of different options, and then the ones that we'll see later in the season, they'll be in Iowa, just waiting to come up. All right. And then we also have, let's see, Craig's 150 pre-printed lineup cards. I think that's funny. Beltran made the Hall of Fame after cheating. Ticket and beer prices. Ricketts money going to ice. Should I spin it? I'll go first this time.
Maybe.
I never
unless I want it. Then I'll go first.
All right, then you just take what you want.
Yes.
All I know is I want a fluffy, mini, packable, poppable, whatever that fucking cupcake thing is.
All right.
I know.
Ticket and beer prices. This is a kind of a classic bitch clock, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what happened to us?
Oh, my God. I was just trying to be quiet. I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to see if you get through this without fucking it up. Fucking Danny, like, come on.
The worst.
I'm not doing this. No, I'm not even doing this. I know how to do this runs. All right, here we go. I'm going to bitch clock.
Bitch.
All right. Here's the biggest problem that almost every single sport has, is that they make it inaccessible to bring a family. If you do not make it accessible to bring a family, kids who will eventually be adults with money will not be a fan of your baseball
10
team.
seconds.
Because they have to get into it as children. If you make it hard to watch on TV, if you make it hard to access online, especially for the kids and on their phones.
Stop your bitching.
You're just shooting yourself in the foot. The only reason anybody likes the Cubs is because of WGN.
It's
I
true.
love the end of that.
That's why I love the Cubs. And I'll also say in Chicago, there was a very real example of it for such a long time.
Blackhawks.
Hockey does not have as big a fan base as any of the other major sports, but they are rabid. You go to a hockey game, every fucking fan in the stand has a fucking jersey on. Like, people are spending money. They're happy to be there. They're fucking rabid, right? Blackhawks fans are amazing. When I first moved to Chicago, I could go to Blackhawks games like you and I used to do Cubs games for $5. because they'd been blacked out if they weren't sold out because Mr. Wirtz did not fucking believe that anybody should see the game unless they fucking sold the stadium out. But it was like counterproductive because they started getting smaller and smaller crowds and less people were paying attention. They were never on fucking TV, and it was disastrous. And when he passed away and his son Rocky took over, instantly he put the games on TV. It went up, and within a couple of years, their regular playoff team, they were spending money because they had money, and it was fucking magical, and it's, they're rebuilding right now, but they saved it. And then you see the Cubs like penny pinching and doing this shit. They don't want to pay some dude to call the game.
Yeah.
Great. Then figure out another way to show the game and do something inventive, but don't just fucking shut the game off. And also don't be that fucking cheap also.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is Marquee, they have their own network. Like, I'm just going to keep saying that every time that the game is not on. I'm going to be like, but I don't understand because they have their own television network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to, that only exists to show Cubs games.
And they're like, man, showing reruns of some dumb game show. We get actually way more viewers than the Cubs games. Because that's the only thing that I get out of that they have to know that maybe people just aren't watching, or people don't want to pay for their fucking network and they fucked up and they should have left it on WGN.
Yeah. It's not that people won't watch. It's that they can't watch because they don't have Marquee. Because there's no point in having that fucking network.
Marquee deciding not to show the game and rather show something else shows me that they're getting better ratings showing something else.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
that's all I'm saying. Like, it's probably because Michael, you're right, because nobody has the fucking network.
Or something that was less expensive to produce.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. It's like
both, but eyes like. Okay, so if 50,000 people are watching the game and 8,000 people are watching the show, or, I can't, there's got to be a balance there. So,
yeah,
once again, the only reason anybody would ever subscribe to Marquee or even have it as a channel is
to watch all. Dude, they should be at the game 3 hours before, just showing the guys stretching and walking around. There should just be a live view. They have the network. They should be in the fucking showers. I mean, if they're going to make AI players, like, let's see what they got. Like, let's go. Put the cameras in the shower. Let's see what you got, boy.
Well, that's what they're going to lead into is just like, they're like, Ricketts is like, oh, can we just make AI baseball games and then we don't have to pay the players at all?
Well, I hadn't even thought about it, but of course, if we have AI baseball players, we are soon going to have corked bats up the yang. And I mean all of that literally.
Like they're going to have corked their bats in the AI because you just like command them to do it.
No, I'm saying that people are going to make the AI baseball players do porn.
Right.
Oh,
that's what I was saying. Corked
you
bats
dirty dog.
Up the yin yang. All right. And I said I meant that literally.
I'm putting that on the bitch clock wheel then, like Michael talking about porn.
I hope I get it.
Talking about porn. And if you have any more ideas, there might have been some ideas in the chat. I think I might have seen one. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Put them in the chat if you got them. We got other things in the chat, but not any bitch clap top.
Don't distract yourself. You're going to spin the wheel, then you're going to start the clock. Okay.
All right. I will spin the wheel. I will start the clock.
Just give him a pep talk.
Here we go. No. He knows he's talking me out of my ADD.
Yeah.
I like it. All right.
Give it to me.
Oh
no, Michael, that's all yours.
Not enough hitters.
Okay. I'll take it.
All right. I've got to put you in the bitch clock seat. And here you go.
Bitch clock. You have 30 seconds to bitch.
Once again, the Cubes fan, Michael Cotton, correct. We are into the 2026 season, and everybody's looking at this lineup, and they're like, hey, we don't have enough hitters. You don't? That's odd, because we happen to have one extra hitter that we shouldn't have, the fucking DH. And we still don't have enough hitters? That's the problem. You will never be fucking happy. You will never have enough hitters. Look, and it's not making the game better.
Bitching.
There's not more offense. You don't have enough hitters? Fuck off.
Danny, you got 13 hitters sitting in the bullpen.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew it was going to come down to the DH again. I knew it was going to.
Well, you know, it's just amazing to me that this is the shit people talk about. It's like, what the fuck do you want? Like and this is the other thing I've said. We will end up with an offense and a defense, and they will be different players.
And no, you could like football. It'll end up like that. You know, just everybody's a fucking specialist. Yep. All right, cool. Here we go. I'm spinning it for Lyle. I really hope it comes up with what you want.
I want Sammy Sosa. Come on, make it happen. Will it?
Oh.
Will it?
Oh, fewer spring training games. That's the worst.
We kind of already talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, spin it again.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Just start the clock.
Right. I'm taking it off the list. Here we go.
Just start the clock. You know what I want.
No,
Just fucking delete the rest of them. I want Sammy.
I like the spin. Oh.
Yeah. Oh no, we already talked about that too. Just.
All right. How about this? You got to do a little bit about Craig's 150 lineup cards, and then you can shift straight into Sammy.
All right.
You have to do it like a politician. You know what the question is, but 3 words in, you just start talking about whatever the fuck you want.
Start talking about Joe Biden. Here we go.
Clock, you have 30 seconds to bitch.
Listen, this lineup card thing, it is ridiculous. It's the same shit all the time. And I don't want to whitewash it like Sammy Sosa. You know what I mean? This pales in comparison to what Sammy Sosa did by hanging out with Epstein. It is like, I've seen the white papers, and boy, is it white.
10 seconds.
I mean, I don't know what y'all think about this, but this is bad. This is really, really bad. Should the ownership had maybe continued to not deal with Sammy Sosa? Maybe like they waited so fucking long, and then right when they bring him back, look at me, I hang out with Epstein. I was just like, they deserve every fucking thing they get.
Oh,
I do have the Epstein file here that with Sammy in it. He was hanging out with Pat. I mean, to be fair, Patti LaBelle was also there.
Yeah,
it seems. But yeah.
Well, and as we all know, Patti
Fox.
LaBelle is bad news. Fucking, that's the bad crowd you don't want your kids hanging out with, is those LaBelle kids.
But they met an individual who was 18 to 23 years old, and she was sold to a man in France.
That night. Yeah.
Yes, women were being auctioned off that night.
That's
and sold, sold.
The thing that caught my eye, not just the Sammy Sosa hanging out with Patti LaBelle and watching women get sold thing, was that it all happened at the Cheetah Club in New York. And I was like, holy shit, because the Cheetah Club is where I performed with God the Band on a Japanese game show, which we came in second place on. The night I met Hedda Lettuce, who is like my drag queen friend who performs down in Puerto Vallarta now. I met Hedda Lettuce that night at the Cheetah Club where we performed in diapers on that stage. We wore diapers. Jason Page
at the place Donald Trump likes to hang out at. It all comes full circle because he loves diapers. He loves diapers too.
And this must have been like maybe 2002 that this all happened or something like that. So it was all around Epstein. Like we might have been there like the next night after this shit happened. And then we wore diapers, and Jason Page played guitar at that gig because Matt Glasson was out of town, our regular guitarist, and Jason Page is the singer of the Pokemon theme song. So there's just all sorts of crazy shit going on, you know. So, Patti LaBelle is now, like, we're talking 6 degrees of separation, all fuddling through the Cheetah Club.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
In the 2000s.
I told you when I reached out to you and our roommate Kelly in 2016 when Trump was running for president the first time, I was like, who has Adam, our other dead roommate's photos? Because we were at, I think it was the Tunnel, but it was Limelight, one of those clubs. We were in the VIP room, and there was a elite modeling party that night when we were there, and we weren't there for that. We were there just because we were trying to score some drugs and party, but we knew the door guys there. I think Adam blew one of them. So he let us up into the VIP room, and
we got a lot of places through Adam's mouth.
Adam's blowing people.
Whether talking or sucking. Yeah.
Right. So we go in, and I look, and we're taking Polaroids of ourselves the whole night, and we took a selfie because there's Donald Trump sitting at a table with a pile of cocaine, like bigger than two fists, in a bunch of like 14, 13, 15, 16-year-old girls, like 10 of them. And he's just fucking ripping rails and whatever. And we had a Polaroid of us smiling with Trump behind us fucking snorting coke with a bunch of fucking under 16-year-old girls. And I would have had $1 million.
Wow.
We had who's the...
But we all knew he was a scumbag then. We thought it was hilarious. We were like, oh yeah, that's scumbag. Yeah,
Elite Modeling, is that the one that Julian Casablancas is from the Strokes? His dad does.
His dad does. So they would do parties in Chicago at one of our bars. People knew them, and they would come in, and I was like, these models, they were all young. You know, they weren't out in Chicago. They were all like 18, 19, 20, 21. But they'd have these rich businessmen come to town. So they do these modeling shows, you know, like they do like a little runway thing. And then they'd go out to dinner with these guys. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So It's been like that forever.
Yeah, no, I saw it one night when there was a place called the Spiral Lounge down on Houston Street, I think, in the East Village. And God, the band, that same band that played in diapers in the Cheetah Club, we played this place called Spiral Lounge, and we played the early show on a Friday night. I just remember this so clearly. And, you know, we got an okay crowd, you know, maybe 40, 50 people was hanging out watching us play. And then after we were done, there was one band between us, and then all of a sudden, this whole place filled up with, like you're talking, like young models, but like they look crazy.
They're all 6 feet tall and super skinny, but like prepubescent looking almost. You're just like, what the fuck?
They look like boys. They look
like aliens too, because they're all tall and skinny and like
weird faces and shit. Yeah, no, it's whatever photographs well for the fashion industry is not really all that attractive, to be honest. Like not to me anyway.
Right.
So
Danny likes some ass.
You know, I just want to go out to dinner with somebody. You know, you don't want to watch you sit there cutting a freaking green bean and call it a dinner. You know what I mean? But anyway, so all of a sudden this place fills up with it. And you know why? It's because the Strokes were playing. And so one of the big secrets to the Strokes' success is they became a scene when they were coming up where all the elite models would go. Yeah, they'd fill the place with models.
Pay all the models. One of their gigs was to go to the shows, and there'd be 150 hot young women at all their shows. And people were like, this is insane. And they were the hottest thing in Brooklyn.
Now, come on. Don't tell me that somebody got somewhere because of nepotism.
I mean, but I will also say, like in their defense, I don't want to put them in the same circle as the guy's dad, because I know a lot of fucking great people who have fucking monsters for parents. But I have come to a place in life there is definitely jealousy and envy when you see somebody just fucking make it. You know that they had all the fucking opportunity in the world because their parents were loaded. They had all the connections. But if you have talent and connections and access and you fucking do a good thing and do well, like, I applaud you, because some people just fuck that whole fucking thing up. They're like, but the drugs, you know, and like those guys, they did pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, but
they wrote
at the same time, they're being followed around by all these models, and the name of the band is called the Strokes.
Well,
I mean,
it's
little
not
on
dumb.
the nose, don't you think?
It's not dumb.
Yeah, well, and you see that in baseball too a lot. Like the travel ball boys, we make fun of the Cubs all the time, and then you have these dudes that like grind and hit their way off the island out of poverty. Like they're sitting there pitching in sandals, and then they finally get a chance, and you almost root for that guy more than the kid that rides the bus, even though the Cubs have more of they have more of the travel ball boys, you know, obviously on their team.
Yeah.
That it becomes a different talent set in a way that gets valued in a different way. And it looks the same though in the box score. You know what I mean? You went 2 for 4, you know.
But the music ain't the same in the locker room, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they smashed Sammy's boombox,
I know.
and he had to go listen to music on Epstein's Island instead.
Right.
Or at the
Patty
Cheetah
LaBelle
Club.
was singing to him.
Yeah.
Right. His boombox got smashed, and he
Well, a
just went
bunch
out and bought Patty LaBelle's services just to follow him around and sing.
Well, a bunch of 13-year-old girls bleached his skin before they were sold to a French businessman.
Ugh, just fucking vile. All right. Well,
I only know how to joke anymore, Danny.
I know.
It's fucking like I cried reading the news the other day. I'm fucking disgusted by the way.
I laugh so I will not cry. that's the old. I did want to bring up. Well, do we want to do another bitch clock? I think we're good with the bitch clock for now. We'll just keep it as a tiny segment of this show. But I did want to mention this. Get back into this conversation before Cupstradamus is scheduled in about 5 minutes.
He's getting close because I a light fragrance of death and diapers, but it's far away. It's coming, but I know it's coming. I can smell it.
It's coming. But the thing about this spring training specifically that is kind of bugging me, the whole thing about it being quiet right now, is the fact that it is going to, without competitions, it is really going to be an incredibly dull month and a half of the Cubs part of thing, like the WBC. Now, that kind of like, that's fine. It's just spring training. That's become more and more meaningless. But do you feel like the Cubs or baseball in general is like, they charge so much for spring. They sell this idea of going to the desert and getting out of the winter and stuff. Are they like kind of like
fucking it up,
shooting themselves in their own foot by, I mean, they're not showing the games, like, what is this about? Like, it seems like they're
the point?
Cannibalizing themselves and be like, no, we're just getting our work in. Like, it's less and less and less competitive.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Danny. And going back to the not televising, right? Lyle, you were talking about the Blackhawks. The reason nobody went is because just random people couldn't turn on the TV and see it and see how much fun people were having to make them want to go. And that's what's going to happen. They sell this experience of being at Sloan Park, but that's only for the people right now who already know that, because they won't show it on TV now, or less and less at least. And so you won't see Crawley out on the berm with his shirt off, and you're like, "Oh, that looks like he's having a ball."
Yeah,
you know what?
Maybe that's what
is better.
that might be what was eating into subscribership, actually.
maybe that's why they decided not to show so much.
People were cord cutting.
People won't see how nice it is and how beautiful and warm and all that stuff, and so they will just stop going.
I agree. When I saw Wrigley Field on TV before I saw it in real life, like most people, and when I saw it on TV, it looked so beautiful, it made me want to go there.
Yeah.
So it's exactly like you're saying, just like to sell that kind of product is kind of selling the experience of like, oh, look, Bleacher Jeff's here today. And they'd show him on the schedule, Taylor McGregor out there doing interviews. I remember one time with Crawley and Stu, they were out there doing interviews and that kind of fan experience. But it I guess I shouldn't complain too much, but it's about the Cubs team is that it feels like they're not going to have fire under their individual asses because they're still the travel ball boys. There is no competition going in. Everybody's jobs are pretty much set. Like, Matt Shaw's not competing anymore. He's just on the bench unless he gets traded.
You just got to hope they're pros and they fucking figure it out, right? And do the right thing.
We're going to talk about Matt Shaw getting outfield reps. That's like the biggest story of spring training.
Yeah, so 2026 spring training, can we just call it the Hap year? Because literally the whole team is Ian Happ. We know there are better options, but they just decided to go with Ian Happ.
and that is the team. Remember when they used to name the team after the player? Like that's how some of the teams got the Napoleon LaJoys or something.
Yeah, the Cleveland Naps.
Yeah,
named after Napoleon LaJoy. We should
be the Chicago Haps.
The Chicago Haps,
because that's who we fucking are. All right. Well, oh God, Oh God!
Oh God! I told you it was close.
Oh,
Something
no.
smells like
After the Super Bowl's over, the pitchers and catchers get sober. Put down that cerveza and come down to Mesa. It's time for the March to October. The Cubs pitchers are drunks.
Yes, that's
Wow.
he does smell like three dicks.
I was kind of hoping that bathrobe was going to fly open just to distract me from all the beers that kept disappearing out of his hand and all the hot dogs he kept dropping. I don't know. I don't know about this guy. He's getting weirder and weirder. But it's kind of funny. He said that the pitchers are drunk, so they got to sober up here at spring training because that used to be how it was. Like if they'd show up all fucking overweight and drunk and have to sober up so they can get a season in.
Oh, I did a whole episode about spring training last year on Baseball Rabbit Hole about spring training and how the Cubs were one of the teams that pioneered this, going down to Arkansas and sitting in the hot springs because they thought the hot springs could like boil out the alcohol that these drunks were drinking all winter long.
What do you mean thought it could?
It definitely works. There's nothing better than a hot tub when you're a fucking drunkard.
Well, I'm not saying it's not enjoyable. Yeah. I'm just saying.
No, it really sets you straight. You're like, all right, I'm okay. The hot tub gets you a little woozy, and then you get in the cold tub, and you're like, all right, and then you get in the sauna, you're fucking cold.
I fell asleep in a hot tub drunk one time.
Oh no!
All night long.
Here to talk about it.
Like literally all night long.
Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised you're alive. You could have been another one of our roommates.
There are a lot of things I've done that end with "I'm surprised you're alive." I think the three of us have that in common.
Yeah. And no, we're all kind of surprised we're all here. So, and speaking of being there, I do hope to still throw some sort of little event, but I'm not going to set a date. And maybe you could even come up, Cotton, if it's like a Sunday or a Saturday. I mean, it would be a Saturday or Sunday if they're showing the game on like maybe February 21st or something like that.
Maybe we watch a WBC game.
Yeah. How about the World Baseball Classic finals?
Plan that.
That's
maybe there's both on. Even better.
It's back-to-back nights though. There's the WBC, like the semifinals and the finals are like one after another. It's like a Friday and a Saturday.
Yeah, we can look into it. I mean, I've just got to look at the schedule and figure out. So just look into that. I was kind of hoping that it would happen earlier, like in February, so that I can hand everybody their calendar. That was kind of the part of the idea, and we'd share and look at pictures and enjoy. But that was anyway. Just stay tuned for that. I hope it happens. I'm looking at maybe if there's something that weekend of the 21st, 22nd. If they are showing a game, then I would like to throw a little event, maybe at Almost Home, where we like hanging out. And then Ranter Fest is June 6th, so look for that. And it's going to be chill this year. We're just going to get bleacher tickets. We're going to hang out. We're going to try to raise some money for Lost Boys. We're going to have a little game. The band will play, and hopefully Lyle can come in and we can just all hang out and be with each other. And then Cincinnati on September 19th. I know it sounds far away. June 27th in South Bend. Me and Bleacher Jeff singing the national anthem, and hopefully we'll be playing a gig that night somewhere downtown South Bend after the game. And hashtag chance in the chat. I do have my TFC was Sammy Sosa, so I don't know that I have another one.
Let's see.
I have two.
Okay.
I have two. So the first one, and both these came from the same article, or not article, but Reddit thread where they were asking, what are your hot takes and crazy predictions for the season? And just out of the blue, this one just made me laugh, and there really needs no context. Oh, come on. This guy puts out there, the Dodgers are trying to be the Japanese Beatles, which I thought this was in the Cubs Reddit. So this is not about Dodgers, but this dude just jumps in, Dodgers trying to be the Japanese Beatles, which you know what they mean.
Yeah.
But also
what a weird way to put it.
Right.
This is a
but
Japanese beetle.
that- right.
Yeah, exactly. Aren't they? Don't they like take over trees and like kill them? Like
They
when
fuck up my garden every year. I tell you that. I got to fucking fight them.
Yeah, well, and honestly, my first thought was, wait, ladybugs? Because people always think Japanese beetles are ladybugs, but they're not. They're these ugly fuckers instead of the cute little ladybugs. But yeah, that was funny. And then further down in the thread, Al yelling, getting a little high heat for no reason.
Oh boy.
Al switches from bologna to pimento loaf.
wow.
And I just,
That's a deep cut. That's an old reference to Bologna Gate. If you don't know about the Bleed Cubby Blue, when they changed the food policy at spring training. By the way, that happened at spring training because Sloan Park all of a sudden just stopped letting people bring in their food. Like they didn't announce it. They just was like, new policy. You got to buy our food because I guess they weren't selling enough concessions. Cup fans just going in there with sandwiches. And so Al couldn't get his bologna sandwich through the door. Some people imagined, that then I don't think Al even eats bologna sandwich, but he just got got known for it somehow because the internet is cruel.
Yep. Oh man, it just made me laugh so hard. Like I'm just cruising through. Everybody's coming up with like all these, somebody's going to hit 300 and this guy's hitting 45 bombs and and then all of a sudden Al Yellen switches from bologna to pimento loaf. And I just fucking loved it.
So hashtag chance in the chat. You can win the Frank's Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. And we got 11 people in here right now. Let's see if we get a few more, because there's always a few more. When I actually click it, it ends up being more. So let's click it. Oh, look at all those beautiful names. Look at all those ranters. Oh, baby. Makes me horny.
I only counted 9.
Oh, Tom Cooper.
All right, Tom.
Tommy boy. Tom, also the man who got me into CubsCon this year, gave me a ticket. So
Sweet. Thanks, Tom.
He deserves that W right there. So,
yeah, Tom's been a big winner with this show. He's the one that got to go play some golf with the 1984 Cubs.
Yeah. I did make a little Cubes fan video for you because you hate AI, Michael. So I thought you'd enjoy this to kind of take us out.
I was gonna go out on a date tonight, but unfortunately, she wrote me and said that she's not feeling too well. So I guess I'll just stand and watch the Son Ranto show. Cool.
What the fuck?
He's got fingers.
I thought he the first thing he did was like this.
You thought that was a
looked like
gun,
he had
didn't you?
A gun. I know.
He might have been about to take his own life.
That's what I thought. I thought, oh my God, Danny's gonna have Cubes fan kill himself.
I think that would violate my terms of service, actually, somehow.
Yeah.
But only if AI thinks of it. That's the scary thing, is I can't ask it to do any of this stuff. But if AI just randomly does it, which it probably will at some point,
so it's gonna shoot at us.
Well, did you also know, if you show that again, there's a hole in the Cubes fan's shirt.
I know.
And it looks like he's got 2 belly buttons.
Yeah, 2 belly buttons. Here,
Either that or
I was gonna go out on a date tonight, but
it's like
unfortunately, she wrote me and said
his
that she's not
nipples are way
feeling
too
too
low.
well. So I guess I'll just stand and watch the Son Ranto show. Cool.
What creeps me out is his tongue.
Lyle,
you're mute. You were muted that whole time, Lyle. When the video plays, you got to unmute yourself.
God damn it! What else does he do? I had a lot. I said, man, I was magical there for like a minute and a half.
I know. I could see you going off and like, oh, Lyle's saying all this shit and nobody can hear it. Anyway, yeah, Little Yumper says, looks like Lyle finally got control of the pod when you guys disappeared. Yeah, we've disappeared off the screen because Lyle hates looking at us, I guess.
I did. I just hit some buttons. I was like, let's look at it this way. There it is.
There it is. Me big and them small. Yeah, no, you can move us all around too. Like I could put myself in the big spot, I could move us from here to there. I could move Michael down here.
Someday you guys will show me how this works.
Now we look like my three sons.
I believe this is the first time that you've actually been in a position that you can change things.
Well, Danny let me sign in. So I just started pushing buttons, but nobody showed me how to use it. So you guys are fucked.
Well, we were fucked before we started the show.
Yeah, that's fair.
We've been fucked for years.
Is this show over now?
Yeah, it's over. So it's Bagog.
Oh,
Wait.
Sorry. Before we go, I wanted to
Yeah,
let people
yeah.
know, if you're a Patreon supporter, I dropped a new baseball rabbit hole pregame.
Fabulous. I'll listen.
This season, I am calling War Games, and I'm going to go through every position, 1 through 9 on the defense, and I'm going to look at who is the best by WAR, and then I'm going to refute it or agree with it or whatever. And
there's no refuting WAR.
No, but right, exactly. But I want the listeners to reach out to me at CubesFan on Blue Sky or on Patreon or in the Discord, whatever. Tell me who you think the best players are at each position so that I can look at those, and maybe I'll talk about some of those players in these episodes as they come up. So we'll be starting with number 1, and that's pitchers. Yeah.
Oh, it's pitchers. I mean, that's most players.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I mean, I just did a pregame episode. It's 40 minutes where I went through and tried to actually do the calculation for WAR and explain it. So maybe you'll get a little bit of an understanding of the fucking insanity that these people are doing to figure out this number that doesn't mean anything. It's 162nd of a fucking season.
It may not mean anything, but when you look at the list, you're like, okay,
that
looks
makes
pretty
sense.
right to me.
Yeah, those are good. Those are fucking good players.
You look at the greatest players of all time based on WAR, and you're like, yep.
No, and that's the thing. And I did talk about that, Lyle. Like, I talk about the fact that if you don't ever watch baseball and you just run the numbers, you're going to get a pretty good list. But if you literally just watch all of baseball, you're going to be coming up with a pretty similar list. Like, it's not like the stat is garbage. I just hate the fact that people use it as if it's Cubstradamus predicting something, or it's a definitive, like, well, this guy had 4 more WAR over his career. He's clearly a better player, and it's bullshit.
Well, that's what we're going to listen to the podcast and listen to you complain about for the next 9 episodes, apparently, which I look forward to, because
I can't wait to hear the episode on the DH.
Yeah, position
Lyle?
number 10.
Position number 10.
I've been very clear about this.
The extra innings. Which
there are 9 positions.
And pitchers.
There are 9 positions.
And pitchers. And are you going to break this down into starting
the pitcher
pitchers?
is number 1. Catcher's number 2. First base is 3, just like in a scorecard. Do you know what number the DH is? There isn't one.
Are you going to do their WAR as batters or defensive or combined? So there's,
I'll tell you, my initial thought was to go through who's the best
hitting pitcher of all time.
No, who's the best leadoff hitter? Who's the best second hitter? Who's the best third hitter?
Ricky Henderson, Wade Boggs, keep going.
Well, and that's why I wanted to do it, because literally I'm like, yeah, Ricky Henderson's the fucking greatest leadoff hitter that there's ever been. And there's no.
You think he would? Yeah, he would have still been a leadoff hitter.
Yeah, but then
it's funny, like you think about what we thought of as classic leadoff hitters, they're just not anymore.
Right.
And it makes sense based on
9 hitters now.
Yeah, it's what the numbers kind of show you.
And that's why I decided not to do lineup, and I went to defensive positions.
What's amazing is that the leader of all-time WAR, offensive WAR, is Babe Ruth with 154, And what's even more incredible about that is he spent half of his years as a pitcher,
Right.
and holds many a record, especially in the playoffs and World
I think that's partially why he got more WAR than everybody else, because early in his career he was able to get pitcher WAR as well as
Just hitting. He's number one is just a hitter too.
That's just offensive WAR. Offensive WAR goes Babe Ruth, Ty Cobbs, Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, Henry Aaron.
Yeah, but overall, Walter
still
Johnson,
the dumbest fucking thing in the world that Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens are not in the Hall of Fame, and anyone who thinks different.
Yeah, Walter Johnson is number 2 and Cy Young is number 3 when you just look at overall WAR.
Yeah, because they pitched every day.
Yeah.
I would like to know.
It's amazing that a guy that has 500 pitching wins, in which he literally pitched the whole game in like 400 of those games.
Back to back. 3 days in a row sometimes.
Yeah. He somehow has less than that in WAR.
All right, Michael, I got a challenge for you.
Okay.
So we know Babe Ruth and Ohtani, they're both pitchers who have a considerable amount of offensive WAR. Are there any other pitchers on any kind of who's the next guy? Who's an actual pitcher like a Carlos Zambrano who gave you enough pitcher WAR? It probably would have to be somebody who also pitched like every other day, had a long career in the for the National League, or no, because it was AL and NL batted without.
Yeah, because until 1975 there was just no DH at all. I want
to know who are like the top 5 like hitting WAR pitchers of their, and it's probably everybody's before 1970, but I'd be curious if there's anybody after that, after the 5-man rotation, after other things like that came into being. That'd be an interesting question, because it's something that we're never going to see again.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, remind me. And I mean, because there's room in this. No, and not
5 a.m. tomorrow.
But
Michael.
No, but this is the point. This is why I wanted to bring it up before we got off here, because I want people to actually write in and tell me who they think is the best WAR, or if they have a question like that. Danny, I could totally get that into an episode where I look into that. Unfortunately, you're asking me about pitchers and offense, and which means I got to do it in this first fucking episode, which is the next one, which, God, that's a lot of work I got to do.
That's what I'm saying. It's what you get the big bucks for.
Who are the 3 greatest by WAR designated hitters of all time?
That's my
question. That's what I want an answer to, Michael.
Well, I'm sorry, but that position doesn't exist.
You said any question, you'd answer any question. That's my question.
No, I said I'd see if I could get those in.
I submitted it.
I will not accept fucking DH. It's not a position. It's not a real position.
I will light your fucking house on fire and kill that cute dog if you don't answer my question.
And it's ruining the goddamn. It's ruining the goddamn game.
What's hilarious is
all
that
the shit that I said was going to come
ago.
true, is starting to come true. We're soon going to end up with fucking no AL, no NL. We're going to have East and West and North and South, and it's going to be fucking football divisions. I'm telling you.
Yep. It's happening right in front of your very eyes. Yeah. Well, anyway, I said Spagog like 12 minutes ago. I don't know about you guys, but
okay. Well, since we are there, I will give you a fine Spagog.
Spagog!
Damn Steve Bartman, it was all his fault. Never should have reached over the wall to catch the ball. Had to wait 13 more years until we won it all. Damn Steve Bartman, it was all his. Damn Steve Bartman, all his fault. Never should have reached over the wall to catch the ball. Had to wait 13 more years until we won it all. Damn Steve Bartman, it was all his fault. That occurred so long ago. I blame Bartman sitting in the first row with a stupid turtleneck and his English headphones. with the dreamers until we won it all. Damn Steve Harvey, it was all his. Damn Steve Harvey, all his fault. Never should have reached for the wall to catch the ball. Had to wait the dreamers until we won it all. Damn Steve Harvey, it was all his fault. And to do was stand a little back. Moist so we even knew he could have made the catch. That's what from his name is forever in the trash. His name should be on a half-gallon milk carton that says missing worst cup that's departed. If I was awarded, he'd never get a pardon. If I think he gets him, I give him my high heart. Damn Steve Barman, all his fault. Never should have reached over the wall to catch a ball. Had to wait 13 minutes until we won it all. Damn Steve